in November of 2014, I prepared to lead the Deep Soul exploration of the Lotus and Lily for the 5th time. That should have been a small clue that something might be coming through. And each year, I have used the prayer of intention for the experience of the Lotus and Lily that is in the book. And this year, I assumed I would say that prayer of intention again. And in Deep Soul writing, absolutely not a brand new prayer came through. And the prayer, written on this sweet little piece of paper, is the prayer of a strong container. Blessed One, we are one. I am a strong container for the life that wants to be lived in and through and as me in 2015 and beyond. That life is your life, our life. So I ask to be a strong container. I think that might have been dangerous prayer number 3. Immediately after saying that prayer, I got sick. I don't get sick. I don't get sick. And this was so unusual, absolutely unable to function, sleeping 12 to 16 hours a day and doing nothing but sleeping and no eating. I absolutely couldn't tolerate eating. I think I can look back now and see that this was the preparation, the preparation for the essential, all-important download on Your Soul Wants 5 Things. At the time, however, I must tell you, I just wasn't very happy. I'd hold up my prayer and say, strong container? I don't think so, because I didn't understand what I had actually asked to become. So, seeing as I was non-functional, I just did a lot of reading. And one of the books that I read was Marion Woodman's Bone, the story of her journey through cancer. And as I was reading, because that's about the only thing I did for 10 days, I would sit and read and do tons and tons and tons of Deep Soul writing. I got to the end of the book, and she drew a picture. This is a very exciting book that's her actual journal pages as she was going through healing cancer. And Marion Woodman, if you're not familiar, is probably the most famous Jungian dream analyst and the woman who really brought the awareness of the Divine Feminine back into the popular awareness, the popular culture. Well, I don't know if you can see this, but she drew a picture. It's the only picture she drew in the entire book. And she said that's the pelvic floor. And the pelvic floor is a golden bowl supporting the fierce spiritual energy, and on and on. I put this book down. I grabbed a piece of paper and I visualized this sacred bowl in your pelvic floor, and immediately also pictured the accompanying sacred bowl at the top of your head. I was particularly aware of this because I had just written Soul Vows, which is a journey through the chakras, a very deep and new exploration. And you receive your soul vows as you travel through the energy of the chakras. And this was one of my resources, chakras. This is the ancient Vedic deep. And this is the image, an image that you typically associate with the 7th chakra at the top of your head, and it's the 1,000-petaled lotus. Well, you can see that it's a bowl at the top of your head. And so I could see this journey of your soul vows, how you gather the presence of the divine in you, through you, and as you, as these 2 sacred bowls. I then had a thought, a question. I wondered what the 5 things look like. If this is your soul vows, then what is writing down your soul? The number 1 thing your soul wants, which is to connect with Source. And for that I drew hands, because long before I understood what I was saying, 2 years before the book came out, I would sign all my emails, the connection is in your hands. So the first thing your soul wants is to connect with Source. The second thing your soul wants is to commit to values. The soul wants is to serve a purpose. Well, I don't know what it looks like, but I have always heard that your 8th chakra floating over your head holds your soul's purpose. And so, that's the 8th chakra. Well, what's the 4th thing your soul wants? It wants to express its beauty. It wants to leave footprints in the world. Because as we do our holy work, whatever that may be, gardening, nursing, raising a family, interior decorating, writing books, whatever it is, this is how you leave the footprints of greater beauty and love and joy and healing in the world. Well, I looked at what I had drawn. I had drawn a person. And then I wondered about, wait a second, what's the 5th thing your soul wants? The 5th thing your soul wants is to create life. And the culmination of the lotus and the lily is the creation of an intention mandala. And we know, partly because of the vision that I received in the interpretation from the masters and teachers, but everybody could confirm, Jung talks about it, quantum physics talks about it, that when you are clear about your intentions, when you live the conditions that create in you the soil in which the beautiful life that wants to be lived in and through you can just grow, you're not creating a 2-dimensional circle, but, and I really don't know how to draw this, but it's a 3-dimensional vibrating hologram in space, radiating out from the heart. And I looked at that and burst into tears. Your soul wants 5 things is the complete, whole, fully integrated, divine human. This is your soul wants 5 things. And I thought, oh, this is what the astrology chart was talking about. This is bigger than I could ever, ever, ever have imagined or come up with. This is the template. From the very first time I drew it, I saw these as the touch points, the energetic touch points of the template of the complete.